who is a priority free agent you would like the Niners to sign from the outside?
I love DJ Reed, who they drafted, they let get out. He's versatile, he's tough, he's
Mm,
cocky, he can play the boundary corner, he can play the slot. They need as we've been describing, they need corners.
yeah.
And I think Reed's price tag is going to be reasonable, and I think he's versatile, and I think he's a baller. I think he's tough. So I like DJ Reed. I think the price is going to be, especially with Seattle kind of looking to rebuild, they're not going to invest any serious money in a nickel corner, but your nickel corner means as much as almost any player on the field these days. So I mean, you're playing nickel and dime like 70% of the time. So your third. I mean, as we saw this year with Lenore and Ambry Thomas, your third and fourth and fifth and sometimes sixth corner are some of the more valuable players on your team
Yeah.
compared to the backups at other positions. So yeah, DJ Reed I really like quite a bit.
I'm
Is
going
there a
with
guy
J.C. Jackson.
who do you got?
I'm going with
You got
J.C. Jackson, but failing
Okay.
that, I'm going to go with an offensive player. I don't know the status of Mike McGlinchey. The Niners are being kind of vague there, and they're saying like, yeah, we're going to give him a lot of time. He's not just injury free, but pain free. To me, I think they're going to want someone who can start. That's probably a little bit better than Tom Compton, but not a full blown starter. How about Joseph Boom from the
All right.
Rams? He's played
Okay.
left tackle. He's played right tackle. He's weakened a rival. He's a good super sub, kind of like Daniel Brunskill. I don't know if he's a priority free agent, but that's my guy after J.C. Jackson, Joseph Noteboom. What do you think
I
of him?
like that one. Juju Smith-Schuster, I think
Sure.
is kind of the stock is down. I think the price tag could be reasonable. Um, there's a couple spots out there, but I like Noteboom. I mean, he's a guy who's played multiple spots on the offensive
Mhm.
line, and the price is probably going to be reasonable. I don't. I'd rather see the Niners though go for one shop off the top shelf for the best players because they don't
Sure.
need depth. They've hit it in undrafted free agents, day three picks. What they need are difference makers.
Yeah.
So they need a difference maker in the secondary, and
Oh, I
um,
agree with that.
so I wouldn't. Depth is great, but I've looked for more depth in the draft and try to see if I can spend my money in free agency on guys who really are going to change the dynamic of my football team.
DJ Reed's a good call. Rocky Evans says, I think Jimmy will be traded to the Saints for similar to what the Colts got for Wentz. Saints. Niners definitely should target JC, but not if but if not, go after Kyle Fuller. The Saints, what do you think?
Well, first of all, Kyle Fuller's 30. I
Yeah.
don't mind Kyle Fuller, but he is 30, and we're talking about what's the end in the NFL? 32, 33, 34. I
Yeah.
mean, for most players, so you're getting a player towards the end, and eventually, old coach one time told me by the time you get to the end of your career, all you got is the name on the back. It's like you want to make sure you're getting a good football player. As far as the Saints, the Saints have they're in the NFC. And if you give them Jimmy Garoppolo with the defense that they have and the weapons that they have with Kamara, if Michael Thomas, they got the kid Troutman from Dayton, the tight end. If you suddenly drop a starting quarterback, a decent starting quarterback in their lap, then get ready for the Saints to be there in the playoffs and
Yeah.
maybe contending for a Super Bowl. Do you want to win a Super Bowl for them, or are you trying to win a Super Bowl for yourself? Now,
Yeah.
so I guess my point on that, Grant, would be like, if I'm sending him to the Saints, the price tag is going to be higher than if I'm sending him to the Steelers or the Colts or or a team in the AFC. So I want Chauncey Gardner Johnson, who's a
Marshawn
terrific
Lattimore.
nickelback. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lattimore. Somebody.
Yes.
I want a difference maker. If you're sending him to the Saints, they're getting a huge piece of their puzzle. I need a huge piece of their puzzle coming back, or I need a day one pick.
All right. Angelic Ambition has a trade. Garoppolo, Kinlaw, and a second for Defoe, Kenny Moore, and a fourth. Sign DJ and bring back the D-line crew with the improved quarterback play and upgraded. You said it. Niner fans want Defoe back.
They love Defoe.
They want
And I love
Defoe back.
Defoe. We all
Yeah.
love Defoe. But I mean, how's Defoe right now? 33?
Defoe?
32? Yeah, how
Defoe
old
is 26. Forrest
Really?
Buckner. Yeah.
I would say he's 31. Something like that. No?
Forrest Buckner is 27. 27.
Wow. Okay, so he was
They
really young
traded
when he
him
came.
young. That was my issue with that trade.
Yeah, well, and I've heard, there's NFL people that will tell you, Grant, never trade any defensive lineman that commands a double team, whether it's an end or a tackle. And that guy commanded a double team, and they showed him the door for Armstead. Now I like Armstead, and I think Armstead's a lot better football player than most people do. But Buckner, he was one. He can rush the passer inside. The one thing I've already seen from Kinlaw, I will bet you I'll bet you $20 that Javon Kinlaw is never going to sack Kyler Murray his entire career.
Ever.
The only way that's ever going to happen is if Kyler rolls out into his lap and then dives down to the ground.
Yeah.
Because Kinlaw doesn't have that kind of mobility. The Kinlaw thing is intriguing in that he's so big, so strong, and intriguing, but he's not a pass rusher. And I think what the NFL, what the Eagles showed, and I think what other teams have shown is that all four of your guys on your front have to be able to rush the passer and sack the quarterback. Mm-hmm. You can't have this like 2-down run stuffer who can't be a pass rusher. And as much as I love Kinlaw, he's an awesome